Hola, 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 everybody. I have come full circle. At first, I complained about red, and then I complained about yellow. And then people are like, well, when your favorite color, when your favorite deck is starting to be dominant, will you complain then? Yes, now black. Black has been one of my favorite colors in this game for a very long time, and now I have come full circle to give you my complaints about black low-key ruining the game. So, never thought you guys would see it, but guess what? It is time. It is time. I have, I've tried to refrain from some negative videos, but I don't want to refrain against all of the negative videos. I just want to make negative videos whenever I can make them. It was like, I was holding back on it and I was getting like a vein in my head, like I need to complain about something. You guys know I'm a big yapper. I'm a negativity breeder for sure. But this time I'm telling you guys, it is actually like there's causality for my complaints. So we're going to talk about a couple things. And by the way, this is going to be just a yap video. There is going to be like nothing else other than me talking. So if you guys want to, talk with us about this discussion, feel free to join our Discord. The link's going to be in the link tree below. You might even get a feet picture in the Discord. Who knows, Let me know if you guys want one. I got a scar on my right foot. Anyway, cool. Black card pool is way overtuned. Now, with the addition of Jack, it makes it so black can not only go second, but they can now go first. And when you drop Jack, bro, there's not a lot of counterplay to Jack, right? So I guess those are 2 points kind of hand in hand. Jack is literally an 11 cost, so like any removal option, bro, like it takes a lot. Like the only real removal option is Red Rock or Stussy. Like those are like the only two cards that can like realistically hit him, other than like Ice Age, Helmeppo. How much is that? -8, which means he's 4 cost. Bro, you need like Ice Age, Helmeppo, and like something else, like Suru plus Lucci or something like that to get rid of this, to get rid of Jack. Like he's really hard to get rid of. So you have to treat him kind of like how you treat Hawkins back in set 7, and I guess kind of like set right now, which we'll talk about in a second. But you have to kill him by battle, bro. Like there's not really a whole lot you can do. And the problem with him too is like, yeah, he rests himself, but sometimes you don't need to kill the character, and sometimes you can't even kill a character when you play him at first. He's just like a big body that's like, he's like a sleeping giant. The second you put him down, if you're playing into Black Mirror, they don't really have an answer for him other than Stussy, right? Which, of course, if you play him on your 7-Dawn turn, they can't play Stussy until their 10-Dawn turn, and if they play Sabo to protect it, like, there's no killing him, bro. Like, there's just no killing him. But the thing is, he can act as both removal and a body. And he cycles too, which is crazy. So like, not like black just has like such great top end that it's just really hard to get rid of it. You have like Jack, you have Jack and Gecko. I know you don't really play anything else, other than like maybe Isho, or like they also have Sabo too. Actually, damn, black has like a lot of crazy options. But no, like the card pool is like heavily overtuned for black, and there's just like no counterplay realistically for removal, which we'll talk about in just a second. But realistically, there's not really a whole lot of counterplay for Jack, other than if they rest him on curve to kill something, and cycle a card, which is just so good, by the way. Then the only real counterplay is to just put all of your Dawn on your leader and just attack into the Jack, which is like not good. Like it's not really a good play, because like they just spent their turn killing something for sure, but you just spent your 8-Dawn turn killing one thing. And if for whatever reason they have a blocker on the board, your whole turn is just chopped, right? Because if the Jack stays on the board, you either are getting something removed or getting attacked into, or whatever it is, right? Like they can choose when to activate Jack. That's so good. And they can cycle too. Oh my god, I know I said it like 5 times, but damn, bro, like cycling is crazy. So yeah, the problem is like, because you have so many options to remove things and you play these big bodies while also removing characters on the board, there's not really a whole lot of other decks that can actually do something like that. And if you think about like the counters for Jack realistically, I know we talked about how there's no counterplay, but like let's talk about like realistically the cards in the meta that, like I said, Red Rock and Stussy can beat Jack, but like let's talk about like none of those cards are actually like really played, except for maybe Doflamingo in set 8.5 if they even play Red Rock, but some of them don't. They just switch to Gravity Blade. So you have cards like Carrot who can't target Jack. You have cards like Gravity Blade that can't target Jack. You have cards like the other, like an opposing Jack. There's like so many things. The only deck that could actually possibly take out I just spoiled it. Take out Jack on curve is probably Marco, because if they turn it sideways, you can minus it by 2,000 and attack into it. But still, like, bro, Lucci will like smack Marco. Like, there's like, like you're not worried about like them killing one Jack, because you follow Jack up with a value Gecko or just Gecko and wipe their whole board. And now you're like, damn, like, you know, the 2 cards that they played generated them like hella advantage, and I just had to waste my entire power of my deck trying to get rid of 1 Gecko and 1 Jack, and it's just like by that time you're already dead. So, what was I saying? Yeah. I actually forgot what I was saying, but yeah, there's not really a lot of cards that can actually deal with Jack in like a real way in the meta, because the decks that are popular right now, like I said, are like blue, well maybe not even blue, like not yet at least, but like green mainly, black, and then black, yellow, Luffy, and then like purple, like I guess like Kaido. Oh, my screen just turned off. But those decks, none of them have realistic ways of getting rid of Jack at all. Black, yellow, Luffy definitely doesn't. Purple Kaido definitely doesn't, unless you like drop 10 cost Kaido, which is just not normally what you do, right? There's just no decks that can really deal with Jack, on top of also Gecko being incredibly broken. And I posted a video like a long time ago saying that like Gecko is the most broken card to ever exist in the game of One Piece, and now they have Jack, which is probably also one of the best cards to ever exist in the game of One Piece, because it does, not because it's actual power, but because it literally doesn't really have a lot of counterplay. Like, it helps you cycle. It's an 11 cost character that's really hard to get off the board. With Black Luffy, the 3D2Y Luffy, bro, it's a 12 cost character, bro. How are you getting rid of that with removal? You're just not. And then killing it by battle is also like a daunting task, because a blocker protects it, right? And then, you know, if you're not going like at least like 10 plus K on, you know, on an attack, there's just no way you're killing it unless they have like no cards in hand. So yeah, that's a big problem right there. Then we have, let's see, we were talking about no anti-removal options that are actually viable. Yeah, there's not really a lot of anti-removal options. It's literally just kill it by battle or like good luck, you know, and that's not very good. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is Black has had a lot of like multiple sets of Black dominance. I'm going to go ahead and say that like Black has probably now, funny enough, been the most dominant color in the entire game of One Piece since the game came out, because we had red dominance for like a long time. Now I will say in set 1 I think it was dominated by green, but red was still good. Set 2 and 3 and then 4, red was still good. But since set 4 we have had set 5, set 6, set 7, and now set 8, where Black has been the best color. And in my opinion, Black's like, it's kind of hard to, it's kind of tough, because while I hate playing against rush decks because I think they're annoying, like playing against removal decks is also really annoying if you're not playing a removal deck. And I will go ahead and say that Black has just way too strong of a color pool, and because it has dominated for so long, I don't think it's very healthy for the game at all. Now I know of course it gets better, right? I know like in set 9 like Shanks gets better, but man, like, are we just gonna keep going from like black to red to black to red? You know, when are we gonna get blue in there? Like, maybe, like, I know green's had its like time in the sun, you know, it had set 1, it had Grape Dofi in set 4, but like realistically it hasn't. And then Bonnie technically set 7, but it wasn't even close to the best deck. So like realistically, like Black has just been way too dominant for like too long, and I think it's time for them to start, I would start say like limiting the consistency of like Black's power. So this is why when the ban list came out, I was completely shocked that Gecko was not hit to at least like 2, because like Gecko can completely change the tide in a game, and if you're able to see 4 copies in a deck, like even if it's not really searchable, like just drawing one of them sometimes is just really fucking good. So like if the more chances someone has to draw it, obviously the better it is. And yeah, I don't think it's very good for the game, honestly. I think it's a little annoying. You know, I've been playing a lot of Carrot recently, and as a Carrot player, there's a card where you rest 2 of your minks, and then it costs 1 Dawn, and it basically lets your board not get blown up, right? But like to be able to pull that off, you need like multiple turns of like setting up, and you have to rest your characters too. Like it's just, bro, it's like so hard to actually get that off. So like it makes me like like I was playing 4 of the card at first, and then I was like, it's almost impossible to get this off. And even if you get it off, they'll just like establish Jack and then just pass and like, you know, do whatever. Sorry, there's something in my eye. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Like I said, join the Discord down below. We can talk about it more. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.